living in Bangkok or just visiting, you need to get around, and it's never a good idea relying on the roads because they're always jammed. But if you just look up a little bit or even down a little bit, you'll find the SkyTrain or the metro system. That's a much quicker way and an easier way to get around, as I'll try and show you in this video. And even if you're going to start at the airport, you can get into central Bangkok in less than 30 minutes for a fee of just 45 baht by using the airport rail link. So that's where I'm going to start. So the first line I'm doing today is the airport rail link. You need to head down to the basement floor and then you'll see the signs for the airport rail link. You only have the city line, which is actually 8 stations from the airport, and the final destination is Aphiwat. And there's a helpful sign here telling you, depending on the places that you want to go, the attractions that you want to visit, what is the best station. Like Khao San Road, you can change at Makasan onto the blue line of the MRT. I might actually try that and get over to Asok to buy a ticket for the airport rail link. Well, they've got some machines here that you can use, and you have a screen here. It's available in English as well. And if you want to go to Aphiwat, then the single price for one ticket is 45 baht, and you will need coins or notes to use this machine from Thai currency. Now, of course, if you don't have any change, you can buy a ticket at the ticket office. This is a token rather than an actual ticket. So trains on the airport link go from 5:30 in the morning through to midnight every day. And normally you can get a seat if you start at the airport. So there you go, sitting down on the train. It's bench seats, they're made of plastic. Not the most comfortable, but you are going to be on here for 28 minutes if you go the full distance. And don't worry if you miss a train, because they do run every few minutes during peak time, so you're not going to have long to wait. Here I am. I decided to get off at Makasan station because that's another way that you could head if you wanted to go to Asok. And the way to get to Asok from here would be to change onto the blue line, which is an MRT line, exit number 2. So here I am in MRT, the metro station Phetchaburi. For me, it's a very short hop over to Asok, but I thought I'd show you how to use the MRT. So in terms of buying a ticket on the MRT, so they do have a separate card for the MRT, but also, of course, you can pay by cash. And 2 ways to do that. Machines exactly the same really as in the airport link, where you get a token, or you can queue up if you don't have change, you need coins or notes the same as before, you can queue up at the ticket office. Or the other thing that you can do is you can use your Visa card, and this one says tap to ride with Visa. And the idea with that one is if you've got a contactless card, that's going to take you through to your destination. Actually, Asok station is called Sukhumvit, so that confuses some people, me included. The BTS station is Asok and the MRT station is Sukhumvit. So you can actually get a BTS Rabbit card at the airport or at CentralWorld in Bangkok. So you can use the Krung app, that's an online application, and there you can get a card which is a 1-day pass for the BTS, 150 baht, works all day until midnight. Or you can pay 300 baht and get a Rabbit card, and that Rabbit card has got 200 baht worth of credit on it, and then you can top it up later when you've used that. So the Rabbit card is accepted on the green line, which is the Sukhumvit line, the dark green line, which is actually the Ceylon line, the Gold Line, the MRT Pink Line, the MRT Yellow Line and the BRT Bus Rapid Transit. So probably the two best known BTS SkyTrain lines are the Sukhumvit Line and the Ceylon Line. They're actually called the light green line and the dark green line because there's so many different lines to choose from, and those lines open at 5:30 in the morning and go right the way through with a regular service until just after midnight. So we've seen already that you can buy a one-day pass or you can buy a rabbit card which you can top up, but you can also get single journey passes, for example from a machine like that one in front of me, or you can also queue up at the ticket office and buy your tickets there. So at peak times there's a train every couple of minutes, literally. So one station that you might want to know about is Aphiwat BTS SkyTrain station, because that is the one, had I stayed on the airport rail link, we'd have arrived here and you could have jumped on the train after using the airport rail link. So RE is one of those stations I went to many times while I was living in Bangkok, because if you want the best restaurants, some of the best nightlife and cool places to go, RE is a good choice. So now I'm just approaching Mueang, which used to be the terminal station when I first started living in Bangkok, but it's certainly not anymore. The line's been extended several times since then. But it's still an interesting station because it's where you'd get off for what you may be able to see now, which is Chatuchak Weekend Market. And there's also an MRT station on the Blue Line, which is called Chatuchak, but the BTS line is BTS Mueang. So I've jumped off the BTS SkyTrain because I want to try out one of the new lines I know nothing about, which is the MRT Pink Line. And that goes from Minburi all the way through to Nonthaburi. Well, I'm going to go a couple of stops just to have a look what it's like. And it is a little bit different, as you'll see. Well, I told you there was something different about the Pink Line, and the Pink Line is a monorail. Brand new trains. I've never been on one before. Let's see what they're like. So I guess we're just waiting for the driver to turn up before... Oh, we're off. Oh, well, that's because these are driverless trains. So one of the places you might want to go on the Pink Line is it does go to Changwatina and the government complex there, which many people know is the main immigration office for Bangkok. But I'm actually just going to Laxi, which is about 2 stations time, and there I'm going to change to another line. And now at Laxi you can change onto the Red Line, which are commuter trains, and I'm hoping I can take you to Mueang Airport. So from the Pink Line then I can go to the Red Line commuter train. Oh, train's come already, and I'm just going to go up to Mueang. Should be serving the airport. And you might be able to see that the maximum fare on this Red Line is 20 baht for one ride. 20 baht is the maximum fare. Mueang Airport on the SRT, the State Railway of Thailand line, and the international airport is just over there. And the other thing that this links to is to Krung Thep Aphiwat station, which is the main station now for Bangkok's long distance trains. So the train is just pulling into Krung Thep Aphiwat station. Krung Thep Aphiwat station is now the main station for Bangkok. All of the long distance trains you can get from there. I went up recently to Laos from here, and a few weeks before that I went on the overnight sleeper to Chiang Mai. So this is the main station for Bangkok, and here I'm going to change over to the Blue Line. So back again at MRT Sukhumvit, which is joined to BTS Ashok, and the good thing is I can tap my visa and off I go. So most of these services finish at midnight. Time to get something to eat and then wake up tomorrow. Can I get a one-day pass?
150 baht. Can use only BTS until midnight.
That's great, thanks. Come back. So if you want to transfer from the light green line onto the dark green line, or from the Sukhumvit line onto the Ceylon line, you're going to need to go to Siam Station. At Siam Station you have the two lines come together and you can transfer from one to the other quite easily, although be warned, it does get a bit busy during rush hour. So this is Siam Station. As you can see, it's the main interchange station between the light green and the dark green lines. You might want to go to Siam just to go to Siam Paragon Shopping Centre or some of the other shopping centres around. Otherwise, you could head over onto the dark green line and go to the terminal station, which is National Stadium. So if you go to National Stadium, you can still go to MBK Centre, which used to be so popular for the mobile phones, less so these days. There's still an interesting shopping centre. Also, it's a good stopping off place to get a tuk-tuk or a taxi or a bike over to Khao San Road. And let's go and explore a little bit around the dark green line. The very next station is Chong Nong Si. That's an interesting station to get off at as well, because you can easily go over to Mahanakan building, which used to be the tallest building in Bangkok, now the second tallest building. And you can go right up to the rooftop there. Spectacular views on a sunny day from Mahanakan building. So I've just jumped off here at Sapan Taksin station, and that's another one that's useful, not least because you can get on a riverboat from here, and from there you can go down to Icon Siam Shopping Centre, which is possibly the most famous shopping centre currently in Bangkok. And the other place that you can get to using the riverboat is Asiatique. From there you can get your dinner cruises, or you can just eat at the restaurants and bars there, or do some shopping at the market. It's a fascinating place. And the shuttle boat service runs from 9 o'clock in the morning till 11 o'clock at night and runs every 15 to 20 minutes. So Sapan Taksin BTS station is a great place to come if you want to get onto the river or just have a look at the Chao Phraya River. The next station is Krung Thonburi station. I'm going to jump off there as well because there's an interchange with the Golden Line. I haven't been on that before, it's a very short line. Let's go and have a look. So apparently these trains can go at a maximum 80 kilometres per hour. Pleased to say they seem to be going a bit slower than that while I'm there. And you can see we're now approaching Icon Siam. So an interesting way to get here. My one-day pass doesn't actually qualify me to go on this train, but the good news is it's a flat rate of just 10 baht. And picking up the Sukhumvit line again, the light green line, I'm going to head down to Samrong because there's an interchange there with the yellow line. That's another line you might not know about. So the terminal station in this direction is Khe Ha, and it would be worth going to that final station if you wanted to go to the ancient city. Mueang in Bangkok is very famous, and that's the closest you'd get for that, just a short hop from Khe Ha. I'm actually going to get off at Samrong because I want to transfer onto the yellow line and show you a little bit about that. train again. I couldn't use my one-day 150 baht card on this, but I could use my Rabbit card. So this is another one of the driverless trains that are in Bangkok or around Bangkok. As with all the trains around Bangkok, they've got announcements in Thai, announcements in English. They're very clean. They've got air conditioning. Some of them are smoother than others. I mean, these ones that are monorails, I don't know if you can see on the camera or not, but you can feel the vibration just a little bit, so you should really be hanging on to the straps, not like me. And this line, the Yellow Line, has 23 stations on it. It goes all the way from Samrong all the way to Lad Krau. If you go all the way to Lad Krau, you can transfer to the MRT Blue Line, which we've seen several times before. So the Yellow Line, there is one connecting station in the middle of the route, and that is at Aphiwat. And there you can change back onto the airport link, and I might take that one and go back to the airport, which is where I started from. On this line, I managed to use my Rabbit card. It does seem like a Rabbit card is more convenient than the one-day pass. The one-day pass just seems to be valid on the light green and the dark green lines. That appears to be about the most of it. So getting the Rabbit card is more flexible. So you get some great views of central Bangkok from the windows of this train. We're just approaching Aphiwat station, my final destination before I jump back on the airport rail link. So here we go. I have jumped off the Yellow Line at Aphiwat station. At Aphiwat station you can jump back onto the airport rail link, and I'm going to do that so that I can get back to my original starting point, which was Bangkok Suvarnabhumi Airport. I do hope you've enjoyed this quick trip around Bangkok and surrounding areas just using the train system, the BTS, the MRT, also SRT services, and it's given you an idea of both how quick and efficient the system can be, and also how they've extended it over the past few years, and you can get to a lot more areas than you used to be able to do. It's probably fair to say some of these interchanges, there is a bit of a walk between the two stations, but then just looking there you can see the Yellow Line, you can see the SRT services, you can see the crowded roadway beneath, and also you can see the trains that are going on the airport rail link. Everything together. We've tried them all this day in Bangkok. Hope you've enjoyed it. If you have, give it a like and subscribe, and I'll see you again for a new video very, very soon. But for now, bye. Let's get back to the airport.